effort seems very noble, and I think that a lot of folks are buying into that. But how come your colleagues aren't buying into? Are they being bought off? I mean, let's be candid here, right. Because I think a lot of folks would say, Doni makes the argument that is it recreation centers? Is it the business interests in the city? Is it about growing this city beyond where we are? How do you see this going on? How come you can't convince your colleagues, and what are they telling you?
Well, I don't know about anybody being bought off. It is a greased project. That's the term I use, is that many of my colleagues and the executive branch have decided they're going to do this no matter what. No matter that the facts say it shouldn't be done, they're not only going to ignore the facts, they're going to hold closed-door secret meetings so that the public doesn't see all of the facts. You may recall that at the beginning of all of this, when they sent this to my committee, I said, there's not enough analysis in front of us. There's not enough paperwork. Let me see the rest of the paperwork. And it took us, David Brown, my chief of staff, it took us 2 weeks before they would respond and turn over any paperwork to us. And only by the threat of going public with the fact that we had not received this, only by the fact that I said we will not hold any hearings at all until we have the paperwork, did they finally come forward and bring us much of the paperwork.
Didn't the mainstream media give you grief over you asking for questions? Somebody gave you grief for wanting to see the facts.
Well, there are these people who say that I'm not smart enough to I'm not smart enough to analyze.
You ran a business. You ran one of the first businesses I ever supported.
I know a few things about how to run a business. But beyond that, not only was I able to analyze much of what they gave us, but I sent it out to experts, people who are smarter than I am, who are more skilled than I am in these matters. I sent it out to other people to analyze. And when they brought it back to me, not friends of mine, third party, who sent it back and said, this is one of the craziest things we've ever seen. Why are you guys talking about giving them money? This deal, on its paper,
that's like paying a dope man to stand on your corner.
I guess. I'm just saying.
Carl, I want to ask you because, you've ruffled a lot of feathers here. In fact, one guy came up, I understand, I read it in the paper.
Sure.
This suggested that you're going to get some kind of challenge, and they're going to find somebody. What's your sense of this retribution that you're getting from raising these issues?
Well, first of all, it's unholy because when they can't prove what they're trying to say to you with facts, and they move to innuendos and slander and threats. And about all, I don't respond to the threats. Yes, a guy who's a part of the group, of the Beatty group, came up to me on the city council floor and threatened me politically, said, we're going to get you, we're going to take you out, you won't be here after the next election. I just ignore that because what they want me to do
Mr. Beatty?
is no, it wasn't.
The
it was
dude with
Steve
the bad
Carney.
haircut?
It was Steve Carney, who was the former communications head for the Mayor O'Malley and Governor O'Malley, who's now
threatened you?
Yes, threatened me. And I just wondered what part of East Baltimore he lived in because
they don't know you can fight.
Well, I don't.
Them cats ain't go to school like we did, man. They really lack an education.
Carl, to get back to this issue. Obviously, you've had challenges to your seat before.
Of course.
And that's not
same
new.
People, actually.
It's nothing new.
No.
Why? I hate to ask. Why do you think they might think they can be successful this time?
I think they believe they have more money than God himself, frankly, and they think that they can buy an election just like they bought this deal that's now about to move past the city council. They don't, but I don't want to keep going on the threat because it's the diversion. They want us to start talking about nonsense. They're threatening to take my seat
so we want to
rather
stay
than
focus
on the deal. Right. So I understand
the urine poor deal.
I'm sorry.
Piss poor.
Yes. I'm sorry. I just didn't hear what you said at first. I got urine. I'm sorry. We left East Baltimore. We went to some other places we learned. But I'm being funny.
Carl, also,